Hey, man, let me start off by saying I'm a fan of the UFC, bro. UFC is an amazing company. I'm a fan of Dana White. Their production and everything is amazing, right? It's like, there's a reason they're the top company and they're doing so good. There's a reason for that, right? But this right here, the UFC 300 official poster, this is the UFC official 300 poster, dog. I'm just curious, who signed off on this? Like, who signed off on this? It looks like they went to Fiverr.com. I don't know if you guys know what Fiverr.com is. Fiverr. I've used Fiverr many times. I have a business. I've used Fiverr many times. A lot of people have. I'm pretty sure they went to Fiverr.com. They pay like $8 because it used to be $5, right? With inflation and everything, now the cheapest thing is like $8, $9, $10, okay? They found some guy, who knows where, to make this, dog. This is the ugliest poster in the world, bro. And I'm not even like that. I'm not one of these people that go, oh my God, that's ugly, that's this, that's that. Oh my God, look at what he's wearing, look at what she's wearing. I'm not one of those people. But this is so bad that I just turned into one of those people. This is ugly, dog. This is ugly. This is supposed to be one of the nicest posters ever. It's UFC 300. They already dropped the ball with the main event. Don't, like me personally, I like Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. But it wasn't supposed to be Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. It was supposed to be a mind-blowing thing. But it didn't work out, and I understand, bro. But this right here, dog, this is ugly, bro. I don't even know. Like, I could make a better one on Paint. I truly can make a better one on Paint. By the way, this is my product. This is Benny the Bear, dog. I created this, okay? This is a gift for stoners. I don't smoke, but I'm in Los Angeles, and everyone else does. This is Benny the Bear. If you want to support me, you could go to litplush.com and buy one of these. Look, it's a perfect gift for stoners. Look at this. But yeah, dog, this is horrible, man. Like, whoever signed off on this, I'm sorry, man. You need to get fired. And if it was Dana White, I don't know what you're thinking, bro, because this looks like trash, dog. This looks like vomit, bro. And everyone is saying this. I'm not going to go through the comments, but if you go through the comments, everyone is saying this is the worst. This isn't even the worst UFC poster in the major events. This is the worst UFC poster probably of all time. In 1995, they probably had a better poster than this. Whoever signed off on this, bro, I'm sorry. This looks like trash. Now, check this out, dog. So, I just heard Belal Muhammad did some interview recently, right? Belal Muhammad did some interview recently. I'm about to play it for you guys. Now, remember this. I don't know if you're part of MMA Twitter. Now, MMA Twitter, what that means is your algorithm is MMA or UFC, or mine is like, my algorithm is boxing and UFC, right? MMA. If your algorithm is MMA Twitter, you remember what everyone was saying, okay? I'm pretty sure you remember what everyone was saying when they were about to pick the UFC 300 main event, okay? Not about to. When Dana White kept saying, oh, next week. Just try to think what everyone was saying. Try to think what, I'll tell you after. But try to remember what everyone was saying. Who they hope it wasn't going to be. Like, which two fighters. Check this out, bro. Look at what Belal Muhammad had to say about Leon Edwards being offered the 3 fights. Remember Dana White said, oh, he got offered 3 times. He didn't turn it down. He's a G, this, that. Check this out.
Man, if I'm going to be honest, I don't really buy the whole we offered him 3 fights. Like, I know they offered it to Islam. I know that Islam turned it down, but I don't buy they offered it to Shavkat because Shavkat was hurt. And I don't buy that they offered it to Khamzat because he ain't making weight. So for me, I think it was more so to hype up the Leon thing, right? To be like, oh, Leon doesn't go on social media. He doesn't do interviews. He doesn't hype himself up. So it's like Dana White's a promoter. He has to promote a guy to be like, yo, this guy's a killer. He said yes to every single fight. But if they really wanted him on 300, they wanted Leon Edwards on 300, they knew they could have called me and I would have said yes. So it just tells me that they didn't really want him on 300, or Leon's a hard guy to deal with. But for me, like, that whole thing was, I think, was just to hype up Leon and make it seem like he's bigger attraction than it really is.
I feel real bad for Belal Muhammad, dog. I truly feel bad for Belal Muhammad. I'll tell you why. First of all, because he doesn't get it, okay? In my opinion. This is just my opinion. And if you go read the comments, a lot of people are saying the same thing. But let me start off by saying, I think Belal Muhammad deserves the next title shot. The next time Leon Edwards fight should be versus Belal Muhammad. Hands down, he deserves it. 100%, okay? 100%. But why don't you think They offered Belal Muhammad to Leon Edwards to headline UFC 300. Come on, man. Remember what I just told you? Remember the build-up, what people were saying on Twitter? The reason is because no one wanted Belal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards at the UFC 300 main event. Literally, almost everyone. I shouldn't say it, my bad. It's a car gunning and I hate this. My bad. I'm in LA, bro. There's races outside every day. Okay, almost everyone on Twitter was saying, I don't care who it is, as long as it's not Belal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards for the UFC 300 main event, including me. But I do think he deserves the next title shot. But it doesn't mean I would want him at the UFC 300 main event versus Leon Edwards, bro. It'd be a boring fight. That would be a horrible fight. And I do believe it. I do believe, you know how he said, oh, I don't believe they offered Khamzat. I don't believe they offered Shafkat. But I do believe Islam. Like, I believe they offered all those guys. Because even Khamzat said it. Khamzat came out on an interview. Yeah, could he be lying? Could it be that they told Khamzat, hey, bro, if they ask, say yes. But he even said it, dog. I 100% believe it. I just don't think Belal Muhammad understands, dog. The fans didn't want Belal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards at the UFC 300 main event. That was the word, bro. Everyone was saying. And you don't think the UFC sees that? You don't think the UFC knows who the fans want and don't want? Of course they do. I guarantee you they have burner accounts, or even with their accounts, they're all over Twitter scrolling up and down, trying to see what the fans say. But Belal Muhammad doesn't get it, dog. Like, I think he would have taken it. I know a lot of the fighters like Islam, like Khamzat, didn't take it because of Ramadan, and Shafkat too. Shafkat's injured. I think he's like healing from an injury. I know they said they didn't take it because of Ramadan, and Belal Muhammad is Muslim too. It's Ramadan right now, but Belal Muhammad is desperate for that fight. I know he would have taken it like this, bro. He's been calling for that fight for how long, bro? Every other tweet is, oh, I need to fight Leon Edwards next. I need to fight. And I do think he deserves it. He deserves the next fight. But not at the UFC 300 main event, bro. Everyone would have been pissed, bro. It would have been worse than this thing, dog. People would have been more mad at that than this, bro. You know it, dog. And I guarantee you that's why they didn't offer it to Belal Muhammad. Because the UFC knows, bro, no one would have wanted that at the UFC 3. That would have been the most boring fight in the world, bro. I would have loved to see Islam versus Ding. I would have loved to see Islam versus Leon Edwards. Now, yeah, does Leon Edwards have that, like, star power? Not really. He doesn't talk much. But I don't think that's why Dana White said, oh, we offered him 3 fights. He said yes. So I don't think that's why. I think he was just asked that, and he said it at the moment. But I completely disagree with Belal Muhammad. I do think they offered him that. I do think they offered Leon Edwards those 3 people. And the reason they didn't offer Belal Muhammad is because no one wanted it, dog. No one wanted a UFC 300 main event Belal Muhammad. And even, look, bro, even though he deserves it, you know Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill is a way better main event than Belal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards, Carl. You know it. I know it. The whole people on Twitter were saying this whole thing this last couple months of the buildup of UFC 300 main event, man. But let me know what you think of this in the comments. Would you have wanted to see Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad at the UFC 300 main event? Let me know what you think of this in the comments. And it'll mean the world to me if you like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification. Thank you so much for watching.